he would just leave and like slam the door. And then I just remember randomly hearing like a man scream like on the top of his lungs. And I was like, wait, who was that? Like, who did
Yeah.
somebody like just get hit by a car? Like,
Yeah.
who was that? And then he like came back inside the house and was like better.
Yeah.
Like he was just like like I was like what?
Totally. Yeah.
Some people
Amplifier or
I
igniter?
think it's called like okay. It's like called like cathartic therapy or
Mm-hmm.
something where like sometimes you could just like scream into a pillow
Mm-hmm.
or go punch a punching bag or for me I like to I work out like if I have a boil up of emotions, I know my next workout is gonna like be really good because it's like I'm just getting all that energy out.
Yeah. Yeah. So people that naturally do that for themselves tend to have the amplifier or the igniter fight languages. And one thing that I feel like we're all taught to do is you're going to express and release those emotions. That's the goal, to release them, to not have those uncomfortable
Mm.
emotions anymore. And I always challenge that idea because I think a lot of amplifiers in particular get so focused on getting away from that emotion and releasing it and not having it anymore, like that's always their goal, that they forget the step of acknowledging it. So if you feel like, yeah, I want to
Uh,
scream and I'm so angry and da 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 da, and I'm going
okay.
to do this to release it, to like, oh, get away from me, get off of me. But we miss that step of acknowledging it. So that emotion is still inside. It's still waiting to be acknowledged, and it's going to be there twice as big the next time you get into an argument. So if you're someone that,
Oh wow, okay.
has that emotional experience come up for you, if when you step out to, yeah, scream in the pillow or whatever, to have the thought that's like, I am this mad, I am so angry, like,
Oh,
to
okay.
really be the one that's acknowledging them.
Be aware of your
Yep.
emotions. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Can be so much more helpful.
Can you break down each fight language into one sentence or less, like as if you're explaining it to, I don't know, a fourth grader or fifth grader?
100%. Yeah. Okay, so there's 5 fight languages, and these are the different ways that people show up in a fight. First, we have the igniter. These are the people that get really angry, and their core need that they have is to protect other people and feel protected themselves. Second, we have the amplifier. This is the emotional response in a fight. Their core need is to feel understood in their experience. Third, we have the negotiator. These are the people that show up as the peacemaker in a fight and just want everyone to get along. Their core need is to have connection with the other person, to feel that connection between them. Fourth, we have the analyzer. They're the ones that show up with the logic, and it's black and white, and it's right and wrong in a fight. And their core need is to be understood in their logic and not be blamed. So they have a defensive reaction
Mm,
often. They want to defend themselves.
yeah.
And fifth, we have the extinguisher.
Yeah.
They're the ones that do not want to fight. So they're going to shut down and walk away. They don't want to fight with you.
Mm,
And their core need is to feel safe.
because it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because,
Is there commonalities between any and between them all?
oh, sure. Like the igniter and extinguisher, two different ends of the spectrum, right? We're going to explode in anger, we're going to shut down completely, but they both have a firm understanding of how damaging arguments can be. Physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever
Okay.
it is. They just have opposite ways that they handle it. You know? The
Mm-hmm.
analyzer and amplifier both have a core need to be understood, right? It's just the amplifier
Mm-hmm.
wants their emotions to be understood. The analyzer wants their logic to be understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The
No,
uh
I don't know. Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
the
You can keep going.
Extinguisher and negotiator have the same need to have the fight end. Like they need it to be done. They just have different ways that they go about it. The
Okay.
negotiator's trying to like, no, listen, I think you just misunderstood. And the extinguisher's just shutting down and walking away.
I think all of these fight languages can be summed up by your quote, and it goes like, the biggest gift we can give ourselves is to feel understood, and the need to be understood, and how we communicate that need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Underlined through all the
Is
fight
that
languages, through every human ever, is the need to feel understood.
that's why I love what you're doing, and that's why I made a solo podcast episode about the love languages and fight languages, because I think they're both like vitally important, and I think what you're doing is probably going to be just as big as Gary Chapman's love languages book. I hope so.
Thank you. Yeah, well, so when if we were to talk about the love languages versus fight languages for a minute, the love languages are
Mhm.
examples of how we want to receive love, right? So, this is how I want to
Mhm.
give and receive love. The fight languages are how we want to be understood. And feeling understood is a huge component of feeling loved. So, really, we're going to cover a lot of the bases. I come at
Mm.
it from fighting just because it catches people's attention and we all want to fight less, right? But whereas the
Yeah.
love languages were a lot about like, here's a transactional experience so you can better connect with your partner. The
Mm.
fight languages are so much more about here's how we can communicate differently to better understand our partner and to feel more understood.